Another way to bring your slides to life is to use animations. And just like using transitions as we did in the previous movie, you can overdo it. So you want to be subtle and add some visual interest, but avoid distracting viewers with too many animations. So we're going to go to a few of the slides in our leaf and mortar presentation that we've been building here, leaf and mortar 0205, if you're catching up. Let's start with slide 3. There are a few slides here, the first slide of each section, that has this little icon representing the section itself. In this case, landscape design, you can see, is this tree icon. Let's select it and have it animate in place. So when people arrive at this slide, something happens as opposed to just static images and text. So we'll go up to Animations on the ribbon, click that tab, click the drop down, and you'll see different categories. So we can animate things as they enter the slide. We could add emphasis to them on the slide and even add animations to them as they leave the slide if we wanted to. We don't want anything coming or going here. We just want to animate it in place. Let's try this one, spin. Give it a click. You'll see a preview of what that looks like. There, so a little bit of life on the slide. You can see the spin happen. And if you want to see what's happening here by default, just go up to the timing section here. You'll notice that it starts on click. So we want to change that. We want it to happen automatically. And when you see with previous or after previous, that means with the previous animation or transition, or after the transition or previous animation. So we can have multiple animations happening and choose an order if we wanted to. In this case, there's only the one thing happening after the transition. So let's choose after previous. So after the slide transitions to the current slide, then we'll see that animation take place. You can see the duration set to 2. There's no delay after that transition. If you wanted it to delay, say, let's just bump this up to half a second. Now, once the transition takes place, a half second later, we'll see that icon spin around for 2 seconds. And we can bump that up or down if we wanted to as well. So let's do the same thing now for the other slides. The first slide in each section has its own icon. You can see when we go to water and garden, there it is there. We see some plant life. Now, if you have trouble selecting it, that's because there may be other things on top. So you need to click in the background and then click the actual icon itself. Let's apply the exact same thing. Click the drop down. We'll go to spin. So we add some consistency. And you can see up here, all of those settings are the same. So we want to change it to after previous. And to stay consistent, we'll put in a delay of half a second using the up arrow here in the delay field. I'll do it one more time now. On the first slide in the hardscaping section, it has its own icon as well. Click there, and we'll go back to the drop down for our animations and choose spin. Now there are a number to experiment with. If you want to change them to your own specific animations, you can try them out. You can see each animation has its own effect options as well, so you can change the direction if you wanted to, or the amount of spin. Could be 2 spins, a full spin, half a spin, etc. We're just using the clockwise default, and the default settings over here under timing, we're making some minor adjustments after previous and a half second delay. With a couple of clicks of the up arrow in the delay field, we're all set. All we have to do now is save our changes, and we'll see that happen as we move from one slide to the next in our self-running presentation.